Hello, my name is Leon Johnsson, founder of Athletic Freedom. And if you've landed on this video, you're probably wondering, what is Athletic Freedom? What do we do? How does it work? Who have we worked with? What do our clients say about us? What is our success rate? And most importantly, can we deliver on what we actually promise? The sole purpose of this video is to break down exactly what we do in 15 points, answer all of your questions, help you do your research about me as a founder, us as a company, and the results we've been able to help other athletes achieve. Let's get into it. The points we're going to cover is what actually is Athletic Freedom, what do we do, why most people are skeptical about making an income online, and they actually should be, what appointment setting is, how it actually works, our results, our track record, our success rate, what our clients, not just the most successful ones, but all our clients say about us, what business owners that we place appointment setters for say about it, how we're able to guarantee you results. That sounds pretty insane. How on earth can we do that? Well, I'm going to tell you how later in the video, our exact company money back guarantee. So we don't just claim we can get you results or your money back. We are very transparent that we ask you to take certain actions, like finish our training, follow the process we lay out. And if we don't deliver on our end, we give you your money back. And we're very clear about that. I'm going to give you the exact company contract that we use for that guarantee. Why we do what we do, why I, as a founder, and my team wake up every day excited to help other athletes that were where we were, and the mission that we are very led by, meeting the team who you would actually be working with once you are working with Athletic Freedom, the proven process that we have that we've helped over 300 athletes with, the actual time investment needed at every single stage, the learning, the landing a role with a company, the managing and scaling up to your income goals, the downside and the risk. Because with everything, there is something you need to put in to get something out. And with that, there is usually a downside and an associated risk that comes along with it, right? Your 9 to 5, your part-time job, your uni degree versus appointment setting as an opportunity in 2025. And what actually happens when you join Athletic Freedom. And I'm going to put timestamps at every single point of this video so you can just skip to the question that resonates the most with you and then you want answered the most. Let's get into it, right? What is Athletic Freedom? Well, Athletic Freedom is a sales, training, and recruitment company that specifically helps athletes learn the skills to allow them to transition to making an income online with companies that have a real demand for these appointment setters. And the demand comes from the entire world is moving online, and these companies need remote sales reps. So later in the video, I show you the exact companies that we place appointment setters inside, exactly how it works, and all the specifics as well. Number 2, why most people are skeptical about making an income online, and frankly, they should be. Right, let's address the elephant in the room. You are probably a bit unsure or a bit skeptical or a bit uneasy about making an income online because there is so much garbage flooded in the online space. Companies that promise overnight success with no real success, selling the dream with no real pathway or no proven process to actually get you there. So we get it. I get it. My team gets it. We were all in the same spot before we saw success with the real proven process, right? I personally and my team, pretty much all the people we work with look into dropshipping, affiliate marketing, crypto, all these new age business models that come out every single month, right? And most of them have left us and probably just like you, frustrated, broke, and just like stuck of where to go and how to actually be successful, because there is real money to be made in the online space, but there is also a bunch of noise and, excuse my French, but a bunch of bullshit out there as well. But here's the real difference between all the opportunities that you've heard or you've tried out there online and appointment setting specifically for athletes, right? This opportunity and Athletic Freedom was built specifically for aspiring NX athletes, for their strengths, for their schedules, and for their goals. And the skill itself, the skill of sales, the skill of appointment setting is perfectly tailored for athletes. I hear it literally every single time, and I mean it when I say it every single time. Every business in the world loves hiring athletes as their appointment setters because athletes bring the competitive nature, the hard work, the relentlessness that most people just don't have into sales. And you don't have to take that from me. You can take it from one of the companies that we have worked with, right? So here's a video from Brian Moncada, the founder of adspend.com, a huge multi-7-figure company that are very credible, that have worked with very, very big companies as well, some that you might recognize here. Here's what he had to say about hiring athletes and working with Athletic Freedom.
I feel like the best sales reps and closers I've ever worked with, they all come from a competitive sports background. So I think it's a great offer.
Hey, that's why I'm doing it. The best entrepreneurs, the best employees, the best sales reps, they are athletes. They have the character traits. They just need the skill sets, which I give them as well, which is why they crush it.
Right, so you don't have to take it from me. Take it from the companies that are looking for an athletic sales rep. They're willing to pay them a lot of money because they have the character traits and we teach you the skill sets, right? Another key difference is this, right? You're not trying to start something from scratch. You're not trying to become a drop shipping millionaire or become an entrepreneur with no experience, because chances are you would probably fail starting from scratch. And that is the cold hard truth about business and entrepreneurship. You're simply working inside a business that already has the foundations. They're running the ads, they have the marketing, they have the service delivery. You are just one part of their business. But since you are so valuable, they are paying you a lot of money for the tasks that you're doing. And with this new information that I just gave you, if you're still a bit skeptical, honestly, it's a good thing. It's because you're analyzing and you're thinking about the opportunity, which is exactly why we offer our money back guarantee as well. And I'm going to show you the contract later in this video. Essentially, if we can't get you hired as an appointment setter, you don't pay us the cent. We don't want your money if we can't deliver on our promises and get you where you want to go. With that said, let's dive into what appointment setting actually is. What is the opportunity? How does it work? How we've been able to see such amazing results through appointment setting, right? So it all starts with an online business, right? In this new age, there's a lot of successful business owners with big brands, influencers who have massive audiences. Some examples I use here is 1 million followers, 2 million followers, 500,000 followers, 200,000 followers. There are so many of these companies, entrepreneurs, business owners, coaches out here online, and all of them monetize their audiences by selling a digital product, right? So they sell a product that is usually priced between $3,000 and $10,000. They could be fitness coaches, weight loss coaches, business coaches, whatever it might be. And here's the challenge as to why they would pay an appointment setter a lot of money every single month. So they have these big audiences and they're asking their audiences, as you can see here, if I zoom in a bit, to DM them on Instagram. So say Adam Sullivan here, he has 600,000 followers, but he's asking his followers to DM him, right? David Fogarty has 400,000 followers, but he's asking his followers to DM him. So do you think it's the CEO or the founder of the company responding to these DMs? Probably not, right? So there's the math problem. That's what doesn't make sense. They can't be speaking to 100,000 people, to 1 million people every single day. They simply don't have the time. Being busy CEOs, they have to spend time on other more higher leverage activities than just typing messages from their phones on Instagram. But what you have to understand is in marketing, for someone to buy a $3,000 to $10,000 product, they have to know, like, and trust the business owner that they're going to work with. And that is done in this day and age through conversation, not by knocking on doors, not by cold calling people, but people in 2025 and in this age are way more comfortable speaking over the DMs, which is when they speak to an appointment setter. And these companies pay the appointment setters 10% of the revenue that they generate, because if the companies don't have an appointment setter, no one is speaking to their audience and they are losing a lot of money every single month and every single year, potentially up to hundreds and thousands of dollars. And what business wouldn't pay $10,000 to make $100,000? With that said, here in more detail is how it actually works, right? So you log into their Instagram account. You're not using your own account. You're not scraping leads on your personal Instagram account. You log in on there, you message on their behalf. You're a sales rep for them. You borrow their experience, their audience, and their proven results. So you have an authority and they're going to reply to you because they think you're the founder. They think you're the company that you're texting for. And here, of course, you have a contract to make sure both companies are compliant. The appointment setter is on a company's Instagram account and trust goes both ways. With this job as an appointment setter, there's 3 main outcomes, right? The business can focus on other tasks. The founder can make more money. You get paid between 8 and 10% of the revenue that you generate. And you as an appointment setter, you have complete freedom to do it on your own schedule, anywhere in the world, as long as you have your phone next to you. That is what appointment setting is. That is how it works. And in a nutshell, it's helping successful businesses convert their social media audiences into booked calls where you make a substantial income working from your phone. With that said, you understand the opportunity, you understand the vehicle we use to take complete beginners, teach them the skills, place them inside companies to get them earning substantial income every single month. What I want to talk about is our results and our track record, right? Our success rate, our clients we've been able to help, and some statistics that us as a company are just really proud of. Since founding, we have been able to help over 300 athletes transition online while maintaining a very, very strong industry-leading success rate. We've also helped over 15 professional athletes generate an extra income online. Some big names playing for top clubs, say footballers in Australia, countless A-League stars, you could call them, and a few in America, really just around the world. We've also placed our appointment setters into more than 300 companies at this point, and we have 4 official partnerships with umbrella companies that provide hundreds of coaches every single month. Now this, what I'm going to share with you, is completely pulling back the curtain. Companies that approach us for appointment setters. Now I'm going to blur out some of the links here so you don't see all the information, but this is what it looks like. So far this month, we're currently on the 29th of September. There have been 119 pages of opportunities. Now that's about 400 opportunities or so, maybe 350 of companies coming to me looking for remote sales reps. Right, so the demand is there. In fact, the demand is higher than the supply because we've only worked with 300 athletes, but we got 300 opportunities so far this month. That is the math, and that is how we are so confident in guaranteeing you a role. Another cool stat is that our trainings and frameworks have worked in over 200 niches, in over 200 industries, and to this point have generated more than $10 million for the companies that we have placed appointment setters inside. But here is the stat that you are probably looking for that I mentioned earlier on in the video, which is our client success rate. Right, that is probably the most important stat, the one you want to see. Well, here it is. We are very proud of this. The clients that work with us, they apply themselves, they follow our training and the hiring process, is 96%. Out of 100 people, 4% do not see success, 4% do not land a role. And we're able to maintain such an impressive and such a high number for a few reasons. First of all, we don't accept anyone to work with us. We make sure that we are working with the right people. We understand we can't help everyone. We don't want to help everyone. We want to help athletes that are serious and committed to changing their life, learning skills, and generating an income online. So that is specifically who we know we can help and who we accept to work with us. We focus on helping the right people and getting them the right results, which is why most of our clients come through not some fancy marketing, but through word of mouth and referrals. A client joins the program, he loves his experience, so he tells a friend. And that must tell you something about what we do if most of our clients are just from people saying positive things about what we do as a company. The second reason we have such a good success rate is that we're not promising you overnight success. Very clearly, we set the expectations that it is a very lucrative opportunity in 2025, but it does require a training and ramp up experience, typically 2 to 3 weeks. But later in the video, I'm going to cover more on the time investment exactly needed to be very successful as well. Third reason we have such a good success rate is we're simply put good at what we do. We know what works. We know that what doesn't. We've done this more than 300 times. We know what we need to teach you to take you from A, where you're currently at, as a beginner with no previous sales experience, to teaching you the skills, to placing you in a company, and getting you where you want to go. We know what works, and we've optimized and boiled down this process to get you there as quickly as possible. The fourth reason is that what we do just works. There's actually a real demand for appointment setters, and we have so many companies coming to us because they don't just want average appointment setters. They want appointment setters that have the skills and the athletic mindset. They have the competitive nature that Athletic Freedom brings to these companies, and top companies are willing to pay very well for top talent as well. With that said, here are some life-changing results we've been able to help our clients achieve. Maybe you've already seen a few of them, so I'm just going to pick a few. We helped Wataru, a professional Sydney FC footballer, make $5,400 his first month, working literally 2 to 3 hours a day from his phone. We helped Lucas go from making $10 an hour flipping pancakes at William Penn University to making $6,000 his first month while traveling the world. Another example is he helped Ricardo, a busy uni student who was working full-time before he came to me, make $5,000 his first month and quit his retail job. If you want to hear more in depth their individual stories and all the other ones that you see on the screen, you can head to AthleticFreedom/results, where you'll see up to 40-minute videos of our clients breaking down their process, what they did to be successful, what worked for them, what didn't work for them. So again, you can just have all the information, whether you make a good fit to work with us or whether you don't. But on the other side of Athletic Freedom, because yes, we're an appointment setting, training, and placement company, what's just as important as our results here is our results here. What do these business owners actually think, and what do they actually say about us? Well, let me show you a few examples. Say Jeremy Pogue. He's one of the official partnerships that we have. He is founder of Some Acquisition. Let me show you what he says about our appointment setters and the partnership that we have with him.
Hey, what's up? My name is Jeremy, and I run a 7-figure online coaching business. Hey, what's up? My name is Jeremy, and I run a seven-figure online coaching. Hey, what's up? My name is Jeremy, and I run a seven-figure online coaching business. I just wanted to shout out Leon. He joined one of my clients as a setter last year, helped him 10x his business in 4 months, and now he trains up some of the best setters that I've ever seen. And so we take a lot of those setters, plug them into our clients' businesses, and they absolutely explode. And so I just wanted to take a second to just recognize Leon's commitment, his dedication.
If Jeremy gets appointment setters from us and his clients absolutely crush it, they make way more money, who gets the credit? Well, it could be me, but it's mainly Jeremy for connecting our appointment setters with his clients. So Jeremy wins, the company makes more money, and our appointment setters make a lot of money working for these top companies. Everybody wins from these partnerships.
And his persistence in building an incredible program, taking the time necessary to actually train setters to perform extremely well. And so they can make a lot of money, my clients can make a lot of money, and everybody's happy. And so, yeah, I just wanted to say thanks a lot, Leon. Appreciate you, man. And it's been so good too that like we kind of officially partnered as well. And so, yeah, man, thanks for everything you do. You're absolutely crushing it. I appreciate it.
That's Jeremy, just one example. He has over 300 clients, and all of his clients need appointment setters. Here is another example of Chris, founder of Hybrid Hero. He runs a fitness coaching company. Here is what he had to say about hiring one of our appointment setters.
Hey, what's up? This is just a quick little testimonial to Leon. I got one of the best setters on my team from him, very well trained, and I've got two actually on the team, and I was really surprised by the difference level of training that I got from the setter from Leon and versus the other guys. Exceptional, really good, professional, cool guy. Do it. It's pretty, it was great, right? Really good setter, amazing performance. Calls booked is great. Amazing mindset when it comes to engaging new contacts. The reply rate is significantly higher than the other setter. And also just general approach and creating rapport is quite a strength. And I'm not sure if that's the setter or Leon, but Leon gave me the setter, which was a good one.
I hope that gives you some confidence in the training that we have ourselves. Here is just the second last example of us, creating a good training program as well.
Yo, what's up, guys? Nick Perola here. I'm an online fitness coach, and let me tell you this, Leon Johnsson changed my life. Before we started working together, I was hovering around 5 to 10K per month, okay? I was really happy if I had a 10K month. Our very first month working together, Leon got me $30,000 cash collected in my pocket, okay? And that is strictly, I credit that all to the appointment setting, the systems that he ran. Don't know what he did, but he whatever he does, it's amazing. And that's all I gotta say because it changed my life.
Nick was already making, 6 figures a year in his company. We came in, we added a trained appointment setup, and we 4 to 5x this company literally within the first month because we've done this enough time. We know what works in this industry, and it made the appointment setter a lot of money as well. Here is one more quick example for you.
Yo, what's going on? It's Jared here. I just wanted to take a second to give a quick shout out to my boy Leon from AthleticFreedom. We've been working together for about 14 days and he helped me hire one of his trained appointment setters into my business. Now, just to give some perspective, we usually top out at around 12 to 15K per month. And in the 14 days that we've been working with him, we've scaled our business to 20K in 14 days, which means we're on target to hit around 45 to 50 grand a month this month. And that to me is just insane. Prior to working with Leon and hiring Wataru, who's my appointment setting right now, I was wearing a billion different hats. I was doing the appointment setting, I was doing the marketing, I was doing the sales, I was doing the content creation, I was doing the coaching. And as a business owner, you just cannot be spending your time split over so many different tasks and expecting to scale. So there was only one option for me, and that was to pull someone on, hire them, and buy back some of my time. And that was Wataru. And I couldn't have done what we did in the last 2 weeks without him. We've been booking 2 to 5 calls per day, and which is insane. I just do not have enough time to get into the DMs that much while I do all of the different other jobs that I do. So it's pretty crazy that we've gone from where we were to where we are now, where I'm just logging off at the end of the day and I don't need to sit around sending messages anymore, and I'm making a hell of a lot more money. So the good thing is, as well, is it's not one-sided. Wataru is also making a lot of money from this. And I guess my message to Leon's followers is if you're an athlete thinking about trying to find an online job that's going to make you a shit ton of money while you do your training and chase your professional football career or anything like that, this is the opportunity. This is the one. And jump on it, because if you can get and ride the coattails of another business owner who's already in the online space, you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to be a part of a team that is going to put you in a very good position, and you're going to be working very minimal hours to do it. My guy Wataru, he is online in the morning, online in the night time before he goes to bed, and just little bits throughout the day when he feels like it, and he's just texting people for me, basically, and that's how he's earning money. And he can do his full-time soccer gig and do this at the same time, and he's tripled his income from doing this with us. So it's a win-win situation for everyone, and Leon is the best in the business at teaching people how to do this, and he has taught me a lot of things even about my business as a business owner, and it's just been such a smooth process getting people onboarded into my business and hitting the targets that we've hit. So I just want to say thank you, Leon, for the effort that you've been putting with me and the things that you've done. My business is just at a whole new level now, and like I couldn't have done it without you. And hopefully, if there is any athletes watching this video, you can sort of get inspiration, pick up the phone, and reach out to Leon and get him to teach you exactly what he taught Wataru and what he taught me, and get onboarded with someone like me. Because there's a lot of other coaches like me who need guys like Wataru, guys, footballers, some people with sporting backgrounds, to help run our messages and drive more sales through our business. So we need people like you, and you need to reach out to him and get on board with this, because it is one of the best opportunities that you will get trying to do what you guys do. So reach out to Leon and have a chat with him. I'm sure.
So you don't have to reach out to me. I think Jared was just very excited. We 3 to 4x this business very quickly, and the results stayed at that pace. But really, we're just reiterating and reinforcing what we're saying. There is a real demand for appointments that are actually good to have this athletic background. And again, it's very similar to the athletes that we work with. We have so many companies coming to us because we have the word of mouth, we have the positive referrals in the coaching industry. And all of those testimonials and all the results I've just showed you leads us into point number 5, which is how we are able to actually guarantee your results. And the guarantee is this: if you work with us, you finish our training, you follow the hiring process that we very clearly lay out, and you don't land an appointment setting a role, we give you your money back with no question asked. And the reason we're able to guarantee this is because we've replicated this result, we've helped so many people, and if you are the right person, this will work for you. And if it doesn't, you're an exception. It is our fault. The responsibility is on us, and we take on the risk. You have followed the process, and at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, we have not upheld our promise. We have not done what we told you we could do. And the way I see it as a founder is if a company cannot deliver on what they do not deserve a client's money, right? So this is our guarantee, but also very clearly, I'm going to show you the guarantee in writing and very transparently show you what we ask from you. And again, this is pulled directly from the official Athletic Freedom contract. You are entitled to a full cashback refund and 4 months of free coaching, provided you meet these terms. If you meet these terms, you are eligible for your money back. And here are the very simple terms. You have not been hired. So if you have not landed a role, you get your money back. The length of the program has elapsed, right? You can't go 3 days without landing a role and then ask for your money back. We give you your money back if at the end of the program, at the completion, it does not get you where you want to go. With that said, most of our appointment setters are landing roles within 2 to 4 weeks from starting. Third one is you have attended 12 of the coaching calls in the 120 days. Now, that is less than 10% of the coaching calls, so we don't ask a lot from you, but it's 12 out of the 120 days, so that is 1 every 10 days when you work with us. The fourth one is that you follow the training and the messaging sequences that we lay out in our training. Of course, if we teach something, we need you to follow it as well. The one after that is you've actually completed the training in full, which is completely trackable on our end. And the last one is that you send 20 messages a day once you have joined the program. Now, I don't even want you to join this program if you cannot commit to sending 20 messages a day, but that very transparently is literally it. And if you do that, which is honestly quite simple, it's really just finish the training, send 20 messages a day. If we can't help you get that outcome, we refund you. You just got coached and learned the skills of appointment setting through Athletic Freedom for completely free. You walk away with your money back and the skills learned. And I hope that money back guarantee gives you some confidence to invest in yourself and work with us, because we know what we do works. Which brings us on to the next point, why we do what we do. And the reason Athletic Freedom exists is very simple. I was exactly where most of the clients that come to us are when they come to us. I was that person. I found something that worked, and then I started helping other people achieve the same outcome. And now we have helped over 300 athletes achieve the same transformation. A bit about my story. 2 years ago, I didn't have too much going on apart from a professional dream to be a footballer. Ever since I was 4 years old, my dream was to sign a professional contract. Going from Sydney, Australia, over to Sweden in Europe, I got the chance to play pro. But what I didn't realize, what I didn't account for, is that chasing your dreams isn't cheap. In fact, it's very expensive. I didn't want to rely on my parents' support. I felt as a young kid, it was super important to create that independence and freedom and relying on myself as I was going into adulthood. But to be honest, it was a bit tough and I was struggling financially. So as every person, every young and ambitious person does these days, they look online. I tried dropshipping, affiliate marketing, crypto, even TikTok clipping. I tried starting a coaching business, so many different things, but nothing stuck and nothing really worked for me, which then led me having to get a job washing dishes for $10 an hour. So think about this. I was chasing a professional dream. I was playing at a professional level, but on the side, because my contract wasn't good enough, I had to work 12-hour days washing dishes. It was like the entire reason I moved across the world was stripped away from me, because I had to pay for rent and I had to pay for food and I had to pay for expenses. And I'd come home from work tired, drained, demotivated, and it took the fire and the drive and the hunger out of me to reach that childhood dream that I had my entire life. And then not long after is when I came across appointment setting. I was quite skeptical. I had a lot of questions naturally because I haven't heard of it, which actually ended up being a good thing because the demand for appointment setters is so high, but the awareness is so low because these companies, think about it, they don't want you to know that an appointment setter is working for them. So they're going to keep the opportunity quiet. And the people inside that are making a lot of money, they aren't going to tell you about it either because they want to be making all the money as well. They want the opportunity, the awareness to stay low. So within 30 days of becoming an appointment setter, I made $6,227 in my first month to be exact, but I didn't stop there. From there, I kept scaling my income up. I kept learning. I kept getting better to $11,000 a month. I was able to support myself. I was able to pay my parents back, fly them across the world, being successful at quite a young age. My goal personally was always to give back to the people around me and give back to the people I loved and be able to take care of them. And after doing it for a few months, I realized that so many people, so many athletes were in the exact same boat I was in. They needed to find something that actually worked, that provided real opportunity online and gave them the freedom to focus on their dreams. So I worked very hard over the next 12 months and I built what I wish I had when I got started. I built what I needed, the younger me, what I would have wanted to achieve my goals even quicker than I did. Now, we've created a system that is built specifically for athletes by an athlete who started on the exact same path you are now. And we don't just teach you the skills and wish you luck. We go as far as guaranteeing you a role with a vetted business owner because I know what it feels like to be left hanging investing your hard-earned money for something that doesn't work and it sucks, which is why we do what we do, why we value the success of our clients so highly, because we have been there. I see myself in the construction worker that's pulling 60-hour weeks like Tiago, the retail worker that's barely covering expenses like Ricardo, or the student athlete struggling 3 part-time jobs just to get by like Charlie. I know what it feels like to be stuck, to be unsure of where to go, working so hard in jobs that don't pay you what you're worth while you feel like your athletic dreams are slipping away. So this and athletic freedom is bigger than just making money online. This is about providing athletes who truly deserve and are ready to work towards it the financial freedom to chase their dreams without compromise. It's about proving that you don't need a college degree or you don't always need a traditional education to be successful at a young age in this day and age. And most importantly, it's about showing that athletes bring something special. They bring the X factor to businesses and to sales teams, and they make everyone so much money. Now, what I want to do is go into the second step. What would actually happen if you work with us? Who would you be dealing with? First of all, you would mainly be dealing with me as a founder. I started this for a reason. I'm still very involved in the client success process and making sure every client that works with us gets the support that they need. Other than me, we also have Titus, who has been working with me for more than 12 months. He started as an client. He absolutely crushed it as an appointment setter, scaling his income up to more than $12,000 in a single month. And now his full-time job is helping Athletic Freedom clients, seeing if they make a good fit for the program, answering their questions, seeing if we can offer them the guarantee and the same opportunity that changed Titus's life. And on top of that, we have Matt, who's the client support coach. His full-time job from when he wakes up and from when he goes to bed is just helping other clients that are working with us, making sure they see the best results. They are always supported. they always have their questions answered within the hour. Now, he hops on about 10 calls a day with clients. If you need anything, that's exactly what me and Matt are for. On top of that is also Henry, who works on the back end, works with systems and product, making sure our clients are always seeing top results. They're maximizing their commissions. They have the support they need to make as much money as possible. And the point I want to reiterate is all of these people that I've just showed you, me, Titus, Matt, and Henry, they're all previous clients of Athletic Freedom. And you might be wondering, well, why is that the case? Well, as I said earlier, it's because we are a mission-led company. We care very deeply about what we do, and I only want my clients that start working with us to deal with people that Athletic Freedom has actually changed their life. Matthew went from working a corporate job he didn't love to making 10 grand a month and landing 2 remote sales jobs within 10 months. Henry landed a role within 3 weeks, and after 2 weeks of being in that role, he was in a role that was going to pay him 6 figures a year working from his phone. So I hired Matt and I hired Henry because they did something very right to be very successful. And now all they do is pour that energy and the value they got into you if you were to hopefully become a client. The next thing I want to break down and go into is our proven process. We have 4 main things, which is the modules that we give you, the frameworks that we've generated over $10 million with, the coaching, the live coaching with me, with Matthew, with Henry, the community full of driven athletes exactly like you, and the placement, how we're able to actually guarantee you a role once you finish the modules, once you finish the coaching, and once you're inside the community. Essentially, how it works, if you were to become a client, we teach you the modules. The quickest that anyone's ever done it is 2 days, but most people are finishing it around 10 days. From there, you step into the coaching, you hop on a call with me, with Matthew, with Henry, and then we get you amongst the community as well. So you stay driven, you're held accountable, you have everything you would need. And once you finish that training process, we can then work on getting you hired inside a company, and you start booking calls and you start earning commission checks. Now, what I'll say is, depending on how long it takes, is really dependent on you. The quickest that anyone has ever done it is finish the training in 2 days, and the third day they're in a role. So it really depends on how quickly you are ready to move. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm going to be very transparent about the time investment to see if you even have the time to do this. Now, if you don't have the time for appointment setting, I doubt you have the time for any other opportunity in the world, because this is probably the most flexible and least time consuming opportunity that can pay you a full-time salary, and you can do it literally just from your phone on the go. So here's the complete breakdown with absolutely no sugarcoating. The learning phase usually takes 2 to 10 days. Now I say 2 days because that's the quickest anyone's ever done it. I say 10 days because that's the average that most people do it. And it's 20 hours of focused training. This covers absolutely everything you need to know about appointment setting, the scripts, how to book calls that actually get you paid. And the average completion is 10 days. But again, it's completed at your own pace. Here is a quick glimpse of what the modules actually look like. Let me play you, just the introduction video. Hello, we have video modules. If you skip to the, one of the main appointment setting modules, we give you the videos and the PDFs. This one video, is a 20-page document giving you absolutely everything you would need. We also give you an appointment setting handbook where you can make money, you can book calls on the go, absolutely everything you can imagine for the skill itself of appointment setting. That's the modules, usually 2 to 10 days. And the reason why it's only 20 hours is because appointment setting really isn't a complicated skill. If you know how Instagram works and you know how to send messages and you know how to communicate, you're really already halfway there, because the skill isn't super advanced. You just need to know what to say, a bit of buyer psychology, so you know how to actually talk to these people, so you actually book calls and you actually make a substantial income online. But a perspective I always share is that, think about it this way. Most online programs, university degrees, formal education take weeks, months, or sometimes up to 4 years to get it certified and in an actually well-paying position, a respectable position. We've helped people get there in literally within weeks. Not because it is too good to be true, but because we've refined this process. We've done it so many times, and the only thing you need is really just the skills and the opportunities, and we can give you both, and we can give you both quite quickly. From here, once you've learned the skill, there's the daily commitment of actually appointment setting, actually booking calls to actually make substantial money, which the average, again, is 2 to 4 hours a day. Now, the minimum I'd recommend is probably 2 hours a day, and the average is probably 4 hours a day. And that's not 4 hours blocked out in your schedule. That's in between when you have 10 minutes, when you have 30 minutes, when you have an hour in bed, whatever it is, as long as you have your phone next to you and your screen time, is 2 to 4 hours, you without a doubt have enough time to be very successful as an appointment setter. But what I'll also preface is if you want to make 10, 15, 20 grand a month, it's a bit of a different story, right? To make that sort of money, because that is substantial money, you need to be working more than 2 to 4 hours a day, right? The average for that time commitment is 4 to 7 grand a month. But the people that want to make 15, 20, even up to $26,000 a month, which is our highest earner ever, which is quite cool, they are obviously working, 5 to 8 hours a day. Once they've quit their jobs, they're able to scale their income up and commit to that amount of time every single day. And again, this is breaks throughout the day. You certainly don't need 2 hours free in your schedule. Most people don't have that. I didn't have that when I was working and playing full-time football. I was doing it at the gym, in the changing rooms, in between works, a break. It just added up to about 3 to 4 hours a day when I made $6,000 my first month. Now, another point I want to go into with you is what is the real downside? What is the real risk of working with us, right? If you define the word risk, it's if you take an action and there is an adverse or something like a potential loss, something you can lose if you work with us. So what I want to clarify is, what is that risk? Well, if you are accepted to work with us, your goals are aligned with where we can help you go, with our values, our mission, and we are 100% confident that if you went through our training, we can guarantee you a role with one of our companies. We will, with full confidence, offer you the money back guarantee, which essentially takes away the risk or potential of loss or downside for you, right? But there is a risk that if you work with us and you don't do the training, if you commit to working with Athletic Freedom, but you don't finish the training, you don't meet the money back guarantee, and then you could be at potential risk if it doesn't work out for you. So what I'd recommend, if you aren't ready to finish the training and commit to the 20 hours that I showed you, don't do this at all. This probably isn't the training program for you. And of course, because we do have this money back guarantee that takes on the risk as us, we have of course refunded clients. Take Kieran, who joined the program, but a few weeks later, he got drafted to the Marines. Of course, if that happens, technically, he did not qualify for the money back guarantee, but something happened that meant he could not finish the training. So of course, we're going to refund him. Or take Daniel, who landed a role very quickly. He was very immersed within the community, but then he needed to pay his parents' rent. He owed his parents some money. So we decided to refund him purely just because we do right by our clients. And our goal here is to help you. And if staying in the program isn't the best option for you, we are going to figure it out and make sure we do right by you. So when you think about it, if you are the type of person that would finish the training and commit to this, if you were to work with us, there is no real risk or downside or potential of loss, apart from maybe the time you would have invested, but you get your money back. So you walk away with a skill learned, getting coached by me and my team for absolutely free. Now, if you're currently working a 9 to 5, a part-time job, let's compare that versus appointment setting. Because most people, when they come to us, are already working 1, sometimes 2 part-time or full-time jobs. So they're very busy. Let's just compare very, very raw, the pros and the cons to your job versus appointment setting, right? Let's talk about the income structure. Traditional job, it's a fixed hourly wage or salary, which is trading time for money, but it can be more stable. Appointment setting is performance-based earning, paid for value created, not hours worked. So it does fluctuate a bit more, but of course the highs are much higher than a stable traditional job, right? The growth potential. Usually in a traditional job, there is growth, right? Long term, we're talking 5-10 years, but it is also capped by company structure. Promotions depend on the boss and the company. There's kind of a glass ceiling where you're really capped by the company hierarchy and everything that goes on inside the business. Where in appointment setting, you have the unlimited growth and earnings potentials. Your results equal your income. And if you provide value, you are going to move up the ranks very quickly. In terms of location and geographical freedom, obviously at a job site, you're tied down to a physical location. You might have to drive to work, you might have to commute, and you cannot travel while working. You do not have that freedom. Comparatively, with appointment setting, you can work from anywhere in the world while only needing your phone and an internet connection, and you don't have to spend time commuting to work, which means you can either spend less time working or more time working to make more money. Schedule control. In a traditional job, you have to ask for time off. It's very limited flexibility. It's usually set by your employer, and your employer's interest is to get you working as much as possible. On the appointment setting side, you can set your own hours. You have the freedom. It's really just, if you want to make more money, you can spend more hours and book more calls. In terms of the skill development, this is really something that I emphasize. In a traditional job, it's very specialized within the company. It's not a lot usually and there's exceptions, but there's usually not a lot of transferable skills. It's dependent on one employer or the company that you're working with. For appointment setting, you master sales, you master communication, you master buyers psychology, why humans make decisions, so you can help them book a call, they can work with the company, and they can change their life. And it's really a foundation for entrepreneurship and becoming a business owner. The career progression in a traditional job can be linear, it can be slow advancement, it takes lots of time. It's again dependent on the company hierarchy, limited to quite a few internal opportunities. There's not that many places you can go by just working a traditional job. As an appointment setter, it's quite rapid. You can become a closer, which is when you start closing the calls instead of just booking them. You can become an entrepreneur, and there are multiple income streams that you can go down, and it is very long term once you learn the skills. Because if you learn the skill of sales, you will never go broke again. If you know how to sell, you will always be able to put food on the table and always be able to provide value for the company, because everything in the world is selling. Everything in the world, when money is made, a sale is made. So if you know how to sell, you will always have financial freedom, especially if you get really good at it. Job security. Now, 9 to 5 is typically considered as quite stable and secure, but here's a perspective I'll share, right? It is stable, but you're also vulnerable to layouts. With AI and other things coming into place, you have one income source, and it's company-dependent security. With appointment setting, it's very skills-based security. You can have multiple clients. It's very recession-proof. Again, if you know how to create value, you will never struggle to find a job that pays you very well. Stress levels. This is something I'll also share. It is lower daily pressure in a 9 to 5, but the financial stress, maybe not making what you want to be making, maybe not being where you want to be in life, can then lead to more long-term stretch. Look, it's definitely comfortable, but it can also be quite restrictive and not get you where you want to be in the long term, which also, if you care a lot about where you're going, can be stressful as well. On the other side, with appointment setting, it is definitely more performance-based, so there's higher pressure there, but obviously more financial freedom reduces stress long-term, and it's a rewarding challenge of when you get good, you no longer have to worry about paying bills, traveling the world, doing the things you've always wanted to do. Time investment, 9 to 5, full-time is 40 plus hours a week, plus you have to commute, you have to get there, you have to get changed, you have to do all of these things. And appointment setting, it's 2 to 4 hours a day. You have the potential to make 5 to 10 grand a month, even scaling up higher if you work more, if you get good at what you do, and you get placed inside the right company. The long-term outlook, right? With the 9 to 5, it's predictable, but it's limited growth. Retirement depends on savings. If you really look at a long time horizon, 20, 30, 40 years, retirement is dependent on savings, and you can't have the same income ceiling for years. With appointment setting, step 1 is appointment setting, and then you maybe get into entrepreneurship, and then your income grows exponentially if you stay in that game and you stay working hard. Now, I'm not saying you have to get into appointment setting to want to be an entrepreneur, but I'm saying it opens very many doors that can probably get you where you want to go and create that financial freedom that I bet you were probably looking for, right? So that is the comparison. I hope that shows a perspective of your 9 to 5, your part-time job, maybe your uni degree, comparative to appointment setting, and what it could actually look like for you making that transition. We have covered most of the points. The last one I want to touch on with you is what actually happens once you join Athletic Freedom. First of all, in contract, we move forward with the money back guarantee. You know that if you commit to this, you will get your money back. Second of all, we onboard you to our coaching platform, which is hosted on a platform called School. This is the one that I showed you earlier here with the modules. And then we connect with me one-on-one as the founder. I think it's very important for us to connect. We connect you with Titus, with Matthew, with Henry. So you're very connected with the entire team. You have all the support systems laid out in front of you. We clarify their roles and we establish a game plan for you to get you to your goals as quickly as possible. And our one goal straight out the gate, first day, first week, is to get you quick wins and show you what's possible and really just open up your mind that you can achieve these goals too, that you can be successful if you follow the process that we lay out. We then work together through the training. We hop on one-on-one calls, make sure we can place our name and our company behind you, and we certify you as an Athletic Freedom official appointment setter. And that is when we work on getting you inside a company once you have learned the skills, right? From here, the goal is not learning the skills, but maximizing your commissions, making as much money as possible, and scaling your income up as quickly and as sustainably as possible. And we do this through a one-on-one mentorship and the training calls that we have 3 times a week as well. And if you want to stop the video here, you can read and actually see what the journey actually looks like visually mapped out for you as well. This is how we will get you consistent and truly life-changing results once you join Athletic Freedom. We have helped so many people achieve this goal. And if you've made it this far into this video, I truly believe if you have the work ethic and you're ready to change your life, we can help you achieve the same thing. If you have any questions about what I covered in this video, what we do, how it works, or you're looking to get started and work with us, I've given you enough proof about what we do. Send me a DM, send me a message over at leon.johnson, spelled as you can see on screen here. Or if you don't want to send me a message, instead you want to speak to me or my team directly, below this video there is an option to book a call as well. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to hopefully hearing from you soon.